Hello, Leo. Welcome to your week ahead, July 15 to July 21st, 2019. Leo, this is for all Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign placements. Leo, I already shuffled and laid out your spread, so we're going to get into your reading. First of all, Leo, look at all these cards. All these cards came out in your reading. It's like you need a double portion. You got to have two. Two of this and two of that. So, Leo, is that how you doing things this week? You need to have a double portion in the week ahead. You need to have double for your trouble, or you do things two times. So, Leo, your overall energy and focus in the week ahead. Two cards came out, and the first one is people. So, there's some people that could be significant, or some people that become significant that you um, come into contact who are new, or people who you are in contact with that you already have some sort of interaction, involvement, or connection. So the thing is, make sure you're seeing clearly, because this in this image, he's blindfolded, so he can't exactly see. So Leo, are you seeing clearly? Because there's also a need to see clearly, but it looks like you are going to see clearly, because in this image he looks like he's in the middle of taking this wrap off of his face, this blindfold, if you see his hand there. And also what I'm seeing here is there's a heart here. So something may be happening that is the heart of the matter for you. Perhaps relationships are significant, or a particular relationship or a connection is significant for you, Leo. But this card also says, where, when are you feeling discouraged or undervalued? Do you want to be part of the in crowd? What ideal qualities would you like to adopt? Okay. So I feel like this may be you focusing on how to fit in, desiring to fit in with a particular group of people. Um, you could be at this time, Leo, actually standing out amongst a particular group of people in the week ahead. And I also feel that you're looking to see what you need to change, what you need to do, as it has to do with your connections, or to create connections, or as it has to do with maybe you wanting to stand out and be seen, or maybe you don't. You also have weather, natural events. I think there's another sign that got this. I think it was Taurus. So if you have Taurus in your chart, or you are dealing with the Taurus, or there's something to do with the Taurus, you might want to take a look at that video, Leo. But with weather and natural events, um, you could be dealing with some sort of changes, some drastic or significant changes going on in your world. This could be some adversities you could be dealing with. You could be experiencing some sort of tower moment or anxiety. You could be dealing with some sort of collapse, or you might be trying to do a reset, or something could be being destroyed at this time, or there could be just a shift in the energy in your circumstances, in your situation, or in your relationships at this time. What this is also talks about is what's urgent in your life, what's making you feel overwhelmed. It is out of your control. Are you worried about how you will survive a major change? Okay. So this may be you knowing that some changes need to happen or will be happening. You may be concerned about those changes. Those changes may have to do with specific or certain people, and these people that you might be concerned about could be your family, particular relationships. There could be concerns about people at work, but you may be trying to prioritize at this time, Leo, or needing to prioritize at this time. You may be feeling overwhelmed about how to go about things that you want to perhaps change or be prepared for change with, so that you can be more in control. Or you may be trying to see how to keep things under control, or you may be looking at trying to navigate something that is suddenly out of control and adapt to it as best as possible. And this could be causing you worry about your ability to survive, your ability to thrive in the situation despite the adversities or the challenges that you could be experiencing, or the challenges with what you may be wanting to do or trying to have a sense of urgency towards, but figure out the way in which you should go about it, the steps that need to be taken. So, what you're dealing with in the week ahead, you had two cards that came out, Leo. And they are, you have the World and you have the Lovers. Okay? So with the World here, you may be focused on unfinished business. You may be focused on self-mastery. You may be trying to make amends. You may be trying to have success, culmination, completion. There may be some current concern with your ability to succeed. You may have concerns with your level of confidence, whether you'll be able to have peace with the situation, um, whether you will reap the reward of your efforts and actions. You may be focused on the fear of success here. Um, with the World here, this is about you trying to end a cycle and maybe start a new one. Or this may be you just trying to simply focus on ending a cycle. Or you may be focusing on trying to start a new cycle. But this is you wanting to have success. Um, this is you wanting to have peace. Okay? With this energy of the World. Or you may be having struggle with trying to bring something to a completion, or you may be having struggle with how to initiate or start something new, or you may be having issues with self-mastery, having control of your actions, behavior, and drive. Now with the Lovers here, you could be focused on your passions. You could also be dealing with the Gemini, but their commitments and contracts could be very significant at this time. Um, Friendships may be important. You may be having new friendships coming in, other friendships that are ending. You may be having conflict in your relationships or connections. You may be experiencing a measure of disappointment or unhappiness with your friendships or connections or contract or something you're passionate about. You could be um, dealing with some poor choices either on your side or on someone else's end. But with the Lovers here, this is about unions and choices and commitments. This is about, integrity in the matter, your passion in the matter, having inner balance. This may be you trying to come out of a commitment or a contract, or this may be you forming a commitment or a contract. And with the Lovers here, you may be focused on making some very, very important decisions around a connection, around a commitment, around a contract. I don't know if I said that. I don't know how many times I said contract, but a contract I feel is important here, Leo, for me to say that so many times. But with the Lovers here, this is about you making head over heart decisions, Leo. So your best attitude to have is you do have this Queen of Wands, and it's with savvy. So with the Queen of Wands here, this is about you needing to be very creative. This is about you needing to be in pursuit creatively and resilient towards your aims, towards what you want to create, towards what you want to obtain and achieve. With the Queen of Wands, though, the Queen of Wands focuses on the Queen's focus on how to nurture and perhaps put in that little extra care and TLC towards their aims, towards what this particular Queen of Wands is after. You may need to get up off your ass and get some things done at this time. Or with the Queen of Wands, this is definitely about you needing to take action, to have movement, okay? To have that get up and go, that drive, with the focus of um, being very charismatic and enthusiastic, okay? Also, though, be careful because the Queen of Wands in her low vibration, she can be very controlling. She can lose focus on what matters most. She may not avoid extremes for the sake of wanting what she wants. Because when the Queen of Wands is determined on what her focus is and achieving it, the Queen of Wands can do whatever it takes, is willing to do whatever it takes, will do whatever it takes to get what she wants, male or female. The thing about that, though, is if she's in her low vibration, she can be a spitfire. She can be a piece of work where she can exhibit destructive behaviors, emotions, and attitudes and actions that can be sabotory to herself and to others. Um, so, this is about you being mindful of that, not to be a threat to yourself or to what you're trying to do in your aims. So you need to be mindful about what your focus is. You want to be able to stand in your personal power, but you also want to have some self-control and resilience. So you want to do things within reason for what it is that you want to pursue and obtain. And what's around this Queen of Wands is you do have be savvy, like the fox. So this here is a chakra energy, and this would be focused on your throat chakra. And this is about you needing to communicate your authentic truth. This may be a time you need to be true to yourself. With this energy, this is you needing to focus on being able to express yourself and not be shy to speak up. But there's a need for you to be smart about things, Leo, to be clever and even cunning and calculating so that you can finesse. Okay, I feel like there's a need for you to be able to finesse shit at this time in your week ahead. You want to be the ultimate finesser here. Not so much manipulating, but to finesse things in such a way where you can't finesse the finesser. And that's who you may want to be embodying in terms of the energy and actions. You may be finessing, and people see you making moves because they're seeing you being really savvy, being really clever, being really cunning. Okay? So this is about you finessing things so that you can have that completion, that success, so that you can have your passions, so that you can have your commitments and contracts in inner balance. But you want to be mindful to not be in any illusion about what you are looking to achieve and do. As well, you want to work from a place of integrity. So, your best action and advice here, Leo, oh, before we go there, you had two cards came out around the world and the lovers. That's right, two. I was trying to only get one to come out, but two dropped out for you. And so you have, what tool would make this easy? So you got some work to do, and whatever you got to work on that you want to have success completing, or that you need to make a head over heart decision about, or you want to have some balance with in relationships or with people, or you may be focused on your passions here. You may be focused on your choices. This is about you trying to figure out, well, what tool would make this easy is what can you implement to get what you want here? What can you implement to finesse this shit? To get that culmination, to have some business handled, to make the right decision, or to get your passion in a situation perhaps, or to commit or come out of a commitment, or be work out how much commitment you want to be involved in or have going on with whatever it is that you're aiming for, or in a connection, or in a partnership, or with choices, or with a particular, or with a contract perhaps. You also have who is making you choose sides. So you may be feeling conflicted. You may have others in your ear about your decisions and choices you might need to make, and you know what position they have in this situation, or whatever you're dealing with, has some weight, because whoever is in your ear or that you are interacting with, you feel like you are forced to have to choose, or having to take a side, or make have a position, and if it feels like you may not want to be put in that type of predicament by someone or by the circumstances that you're dealing with. I feel like you just want things to kind of flow, and whatever's happening, it's like you're being pushed to decide, being pushed to commit, or being pushed in some way. And so you may be looking at how to have success with this, or you may be looking at what you may need to do to end the cycle or complete it. Now, your actions, your best action, best advice, Leo, is you had the two cards that came out. Three of Pentacles with the Four of Swords. So this is about you needing to focus on how to build something new or work on something. But this is you needing to do the work. This is you needing to build. This is you needing to be creative. This is you needing to have things work out and come together. This is you perhaps focusing on cooperation. You may be involved in a three-party situation at this time, and maybe trying to see how to work out this three-party situation. And with the Four of Swords, there may be a need to take a step back from someone within your three-party situation. With this Four of Swords here, there may be a need for you to put a relationship to rest if you're in a three-party situation. Whether this is on a love front, work front, whatever relationship where there's a group dynamic that you're dealing with, there may be a need to put one of those relationships or connections to rest, or to step away from it. You may need to give some consideration at this time to see how you want to work or build. But there's a need for you to consider, to take a step back and consider what it is that you really want to create, what it is that you really want to build, making decisions so that you're making wise decisions, using your head over your heart, and decisions that allow you to start having more progress towards you having completion or mastery, culmination, or success. Now, you may be looking at how to put something to rest, or you may need to contemplate. But your outcome that's likely is you do have two cards that came out, Leo, and that is the Hierophant with the Six of Wands. That's what came out for you, the Hierophant and the Six of Wands. So, with this is your likely outcome. With the Hierophant, you could be dealing with the Taurus. You know what? It's just making that. I'm making that connection again. I think I said earlier, you might want to look at the Taurus video. Maybe you should. Maybe you should. But you could be dealing with the Taurus here, or have this energy in your chart, Leo. And so, with the Hierophant and the Six of Wands here, this is about you focusing on perhaps commitments, focusing on what you're going to institute. But I feel like with the Hierophant is that this is you perhaps either focusing on what you want to institute, focusing on having wisdom in the situation. This may be you focusing on your family. You may be focusing on particular institutions. You may need to focus on being ethical and not petty. You may be trying to focus on gaining understanding. You may be seeking advice. The thing is to be mindful not to accept bad advice. With the Hierophant here, you could be focusing on rules. You could be, there's a focus on your faith perhaps, but you could be trying to gain more knowledge or seek guidance with the Hierophant here. Also with the Hierophant, you could be in service to others, or others could be in service to you. You could be having some sort of blind devotion, or you could be having a conservative approach or being rigid at this time. But with the Six of Wands, this is you focusing on how to have victory. You might be looking at how you can change something within your family, within your connections, commitments, within your beliefs, or with what's already established. You may want to reestablish something or establish something new. Or you may want what's already established to stay the way it is. But with the Six of Wands, this is you having victory over your challenges. This is you perhaps needing to recognize what you need to do or work on in order for you to have things be more grounded for you, in order for you to commit or be clear about what you're willing to commit to, or be clear about what you're going to institute or do different. But with this Six of Wands, this is you having victory with all of that, or looking at how to gain the victory here by you needing to recognize and have an understanding in order to do it. But I see you having victory. So let's take a look, Leo, at what your guidance here is. You have two cards that came out. One is renewal, rebirth. Examine what you resist discarding, reassess what needs to be renewed, and given a fresh start. Clean up all the things around you that are cluttering your life. So some stuff needs to go. Somebody might need to go because three is a crowd. Okay. But this is you needing to assess what needs to be changed. This is you needing to establish what you want here so you can reach your goals. This is you needing to make some decisions that require you eliminating something or someone at this time in the week ahead, so that you can have a renewal, a second chance. But this is something to do with you having a sound judgment, perhaps even needing to liberate yourself. But this is you needing to have new ideas, new perceptions. Perhaps you may be refusing to declutter your life or declutter or cut out what's not serving you, or that you know you may need to discard and get rid of and be done with. But this is about you focusing on the renewal, the rebirth, rising up from this, knowing what needs to be put down and knowing what you need to pick up. And going forward, focus on having that success. Maybe you have the challenge of knowing what to implement in order to do it, because you want to do things as simple as possible. But also be mindful who you are in communication with that could be affecting you, where you know you feel like you are having to choose sides or feeling made to have to make a choice. So your other guidance is you have soaring into joy. Childlike wonder fills my life. Did I show you this? There you go. And you have soaring into joy. Okay, so this is about you needing to focus on doing what makes you happy and having a childlike wonder and approach towards your happiness, or the potential for the happiness you want to have exist in your world. But take action towards achieving that happiness so that you can soar in joy towards it. I hope these messages help, Leo. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching. Bye.